Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 26 with the Colorado Rockies. It is another day, another season, as we try to get the Rockies close to respectability. And I think we've kind of accomplished that somewhat. We're fresh off our first playoff appearance in this era. If we take a look here at team history and history index. Um, which is really good. Like, we've already made a significant improvement over where the Rockies were. Now we just need to keep building on it. Um, in some ways, we're actually in a more secure position than the White Sox series, which I think is pretty interesting. Speaking of the White Sox, hopefully your team did well at the trade deadline. I am more happy about what didn't happen, which is that the Guardians didn't trade Steven Kwan, who's one of my favorite players. I think they should try to make an extension with him if they can make that a thing. Let's talk about this game, though, and where we are. Probably the biggest change this season is adding Cam Cannarella. We decided he's had enough time in the minors. It's time for him to be a full-time major leaguer. He certainly offers speed and defense. There's no question about that. The question is whether his bat will play in the majors. His early experience has not been that encouraging, but that doesn't mean that he can't turn into something pretty special. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. Carter Matheson returns as DH in his second season. Also, a lot of old school Rockies here. Perhaps an older and schooler than Ryan McMahon. Ryan McMahon is almost certainly not going to be a Rocky by the end of this season. Who does play third base is a very good question if we don't keep McMahon. Cole Carrig could probably hold down the fort for at least a season while we go through our internal options, if that's something we're interested in. I thought we had other third basemen. Maybe they're just not on the 40-man yet. Very possible. We do have Wilder Dalis, who's pretty solid. I think he would be a nice addition to the club. We've got choices is what matters. And so that's something we're going to explore over the course of this season here. Colin Ritchie could kind of be a third baseman, but he also struggled badly in Double-A. He's got to repeat Double-A, in my opinion. We have Isaiah Swain, who's far from the majors, but is a good option. Grady Emerson would be an excellent third baseman, too. So we have choices. It's just a question of what could we get for Ryan McMahon. And the answer is probably not very much. Just to start off, just to kick the tires, what if we traded him right now? Is anybody interested in him? Probably not. We might be able to do what the real Rockies did, which is trade him closer to the deadline to a team that really needs him for the next level stuff. All of you guys need to go down to the minors. That's fine. Well, I guess that does kind of fuck my minors a bit, doesn't it? Alright. Omar Cruz. So the minors are all basically full right now. So we're going to just start releasing people. Omar Cruz. Goodbye. Luke Thielen. Thanks for playing. Cutting Jaden Hill costs me money. I don't mind doing that if that's what's really best for the team, but I'd rather not just cut people. Takuya Suzuki is a baseball player, for certain. Yeah. If I package Gavin Cross and Jaden Hill, what does that get for me? Probably not a ton, if anything. I mean, I'm happy to kick the tires on it, but I don't think, we don't get anything of note. So I think we just release Cross and we just release, Releasing Jaden Hill seems silly. What I could release the cheaper Brody Brecht, although Brody Brecht actually might have a future. No, his control is too terrible. I think we're gonna let him take a walk. Um, I think that's the right choice there. Speaking of choices, let me quickly. I don't think I saw any comments on the last Rockies video, but I wanted to make sure that I did address them if any came up. Nope. Not in the least. Okie dokie, Smokey. Pitching staff newbies. We have our one like medium tier free agent spending in Minjun Shin. Plus Seung Won Im, who is probably overpaid given his actual capabilities, but we're still willing to give him that shot. So, yeah. This pitching staff isn't great, but I think it is interesting. I think there is some genuine upside among some of our pitchers here. I would say we've got Anthony Molina to come back for like 10 cents. Man, Edgar Isaya is just evidence how you just trust players based on their production, not based on their ratings. His rating suggests he's like a medium tier pitcher, but his actual performance is actually much better than that. So I feel reasonably good about this team. Let's let them prove it on the field, shall we? 5 weeks for Brenton Doyle, okay. Well, that does create a small problem. It's not an insurmountable or gigantic problem. I guess we just bring Shrek back. But who's going to play center field? We're just going to move Canarella over to center. I think Canarella is probably the best center fielder on the roster. And then maybe we just go ahead and we play... Carrick can play the outfield too, right? So what if we just stick Shrek in? He can have his little moment to shine, maybe. Yeah. All right. Oh, that's right. We do have Emil Morales, who could be a reasonable Ryan McMahon replacement. So we want to get him some meaningful at-bats this season and see what he can accomplish. All right, guys, I don't wish to alarm you, but we are 2-0, which means we are destined to win 162 games. We're just going to go up. We already lost a game. Sorry, I couldn't even finish that sentence before. We were defeated. Disappointing. Him losing stuff is amazing. I love that out of my free agent acquisitions. Great job, team. Nothing too crazy is happening here. It's mostly incremental gains or incremental losses, some of which is probably just rust. It's just people need to play a little bit more than they have been. Did I care about Evan Rubin? I think I was not opposed to him, but I don't think I ever expected a lot from him. He has a 15th round pick. I genuinely don't care. Let's just let things cook for a bit. Okay. Winnis Paulino and Christopher Gonzalez. Which I think is you, right? Yeah. I mean, I think we just cut you. I think that's the right move here. I think we say goodbye to you. And then Williams Paulino can also depart. I don't really have a ton of high caliber players waiting for an opportunity. I mean, I guess a guy like Carlos Deanda is fine. Let's send up Wyatt Petrowski as well, I think. I do know that we are short currently in AAA. It looks like it's because Jordan Yost is injured. We're just gonna let him. We're just gonna leave the spot open, and he'll get it back when he's healthy. Oh wow. Okay. All right. Peyton Green. Sorry, mate. Liscano, goodbye. I wish there was a way to more easily see who needs to be saved. Okay, Maximo Gonzalez can go. I think Justin Lower and Blake Wright are probably right there. Yeah. See you, Blake. I'm focusing on age for right now, and then I will run the check again to see. Alright, so Varys, Garcia, and Herrera. Herrera. Varys. And Manuel Garcia. Alright, fine. Alright. Braden Booth promoted. Parker Burgess promoted. Jesus Juarez. Like, if they've shown any growth whatsoever, I kind of have to promote them. Efrain Guzman can be promoted. That's fine. DJ Kinney, sure. Edwin Baldaris are already 20 years old. Kevin Bain is 23. Gonzalez Febo here is 24. These are all much younger. And Luca Reyes can be promoted as well. There we go. There's the backfill. We're not scoring consistently. And then we just scored 20 runs. Let's maybe just do like 10 runs a game instead of 20 and 1. Yeah, this is an interesting one. Bretton Doyle, how is Canarella performing? He is very well, actually. He's actually performing pretty effectively. I think letting Doyle recover a little bit more is probably fine. Probably. Go ahead and rehab, my friend, and then we can make a decision here a little bit later on. Canarella went 5 for 5 with a bunch of singles and 2 doubles. That's pretty good. I'm not going to tell you that I'm not impressed by Canarella, because I am. He's leading the league in hitting, so we definitely can't bench him yet. Doyle might have gotten pipped, potentially. We'll see, though. A lot of people losing velocity makes me sad. I don't like it when people lose velocity. It concerns me. It concerns me a lot. Quinn Irons got a tiny bit better. Sanchez just got significantly worse. John Beguin is improving. Bryant Milam is getting better. He honestly should probably be my backup catcher right now. If there's a market for Diego Cartaya, I think I probably trade him. If I can get a nice prospect for him. Wyatt Petrowski just melted in the worst possible way, which is not exciting. Alright. Let's talk about Milam here. I think there's enough people that want Diego Cartaya to start that there might be a market for him. Let's see if there is one. Gibran Hoffman is the only guy who's even a marginal prospect, but I think he is interesting. I think there is value in him. Let me ask for additional prospects. Let me try to reduce my risk by adding people in. Nicholas Partridge would be a nice little addition to my franchise. You'll think about it. Let me submit the offer, and then we'll advance a day. Okay, you're wanting like genuinely great players. I don't want Partridge that badly. I just want enough. I want enough pieces that I can mitigate my risk slightly. I think Dylan Jordan would be a nice addition. Okay, okay, okay. What about John Acre Ugarte? Could I get him too? Needs a little bit more time. Let's submit the offer. Let's keep going with our negotiations here. You're wanting really good players that I'm not willing to part with yet. I think I just drop Ugarte and take this deal here. The most important consequence of this is promoting Bryant Mealom, who I think is going to be a very, very good backup catcher. Somebody that I'm really proud to have along our club here. Let's set up Morales, by the way, as the backup DH. I think that's fine. Instead of making Cartaya do it. Where are you, Morales? Here we go. Early reports are not promising, but we'll give him time. He needs space. Alright, so that's that. Cartaya, you're now an official former Rocky. This also opens up a spot for other catchers to move up. Is anybody else ready for a promotion? Not really. I'm not going to send Bobby Vega all the way up to AAA. I think that's foolish. I think maybe finding... Okay. Let's try to grab ourselves for AAA a veteran catcher. Non-Milb. Catcher. Wait a minute. This guy here is pretty amazing. I mean, he's nothing super special, but he is very cheap. And that makes me pretty happy. Let me look at catchers. Oh, we could bring Braxton Fulford back. That would be funny. Wait, how do you have any days in the major leagues? Because you only ever played for me, right? He might have actually played games for the Reds. I can't take that risk. Sorry, mate. But it's days. That doesn't necessarily mean that he actually made the roster, but regardless, Francisco Rodriguez is okay. He's just not really... He's not really a catcher, if you want to be pedantic about it. Very clearly Kyle Murphy is the best player that we could add. Oh, wait a minute, so this is days on the roster, then I know he might have played for the Reds. I can't take the risk. Kyle Murphy, please join me. Let me look at overall, actually. Let me go ahead and grab Bill Cadron as well. And then that should solve the catcher problem. I really need one of my young catchers that's in the lower to high minors to really, like, step up a bit. Brock Silvers. Bork Laser. Hmm. I'd rather get of Yuri Pineda and Kenny Michaels and then promote Silver. Because neither one of them are that interesting. There we go. I know I should be looking at the team to try to manage it, but okay, Spokane is over the roster limit now. Okay. Zach Johnson is 25. I think he can find a new career. I feel pretty confident. Yeah, we're not scoring consistently. That gives me concern. Okay, Brenton Doyle's free rehab time has run out. Canarella is still playing fantastically well. I cannot take him out of the everyday lineup. I mean, I guess I could just push him back to left, but he's also a better center fielder than Brenton Doyle. Actually, no, Doyle's still a better center fielder. Okay. Then it's probably Shrek returning to the minors again is probably the solution here. Canarella goes back to left, and Doyle plays center. That's probably the move. But I mean, imagine where we would be without Canarella, right? Like, he's having a fantastic season. One of the best seasons ever. We're second in runs scored. Although, clearly Carter Matheson should not be hitting fifth, very, very clearly. He's been kind of a dumpster fire. He's actually been terrible, and point to be perfectly frank with you. Let's bump Canarella up in both lineups. Condon is off to a fairly cold start. He's just got to start putting the ball in play more, but I like where he's at otherwise. Tovar is the more concerning player. This is a guy who needs to be driving play for us, and right now he is not. We're having a bit of a team-wide slump in batting average, with a few limited exceptions. Madison playing this poorly is something we're just going to absorb for the moment, but I am concerned. I'm very concerned about how badly my pitching is. I'm concerned about Chivilli getting vaporized. He's giving up home runs all the fucking time. It's not a great start in a lot of ways. Will Levy's in Double A, right? That's where I have him now. He's only 20. I want him to get at least 100 innings in Double A before I consider promoting to Triple A or the majors, but let's advance at least to the end of May, and then we can think about some changes we could make. Isotopes are over their roster limit. That's rude as heck. Vic Domingo, I know you're only rated a 30 out of 38, but Luis Sanchez is 25 control. It could get better. The fact it could get better is something that interests me. Is anyone in Double A shitting the bed where I could just demote someone to Double A? That would be very helpful. Is there bed shitting happening? Daniel Jackson is certainly struggling, but I need catchers, so I can't get rid of him. LeBaron Johnson Jr. is probably not someone I can send down. Let's send Mike Vanderhoovel down to High A, and let's send Domingo down to Double A. That solves that particular conundrum. Let's keep it going. Alright, early impressions are we're in a lot of trouble. Fresno, how dare you be over the roster limit? That's rude. And Spokane, by the way, they're both over. Parker Burgess, see you later. Actually, I think it's Luca Reyes has nothing to offer. I think he can go. Somebody else might snap him up, and then maybe he turns out to be less terrible. But I think terrible is as good as we can expect. Acevedo might be ready for Double A, but I'm not ready to push him that hard yet. I think I'd rather push Isaiah Swain. So let's promote him to Double A. That I will happily do. Colin Rich is kind of crushing it in Double A finally. He's probably ready for Triple A. He's probably ready for more attention at some point here. Let's go. Okay, we're off to a pretty ice-cold start. Other than Cam Cannarella, who is quite frankly ridiculous. He's truly remarkable, and I'm excited that we have him. I think he's got a ton of upside. The problem isn't the offense. The problem is the pitching. The pitching is so terrible that even when the hitting is working well for us, it's not enough. So let's see if we can fix that at all. All right. Chivilli very clearly is not the closer anymore. He's barely pitched though. The problem is the starters are getting okay. Chase Dollander. Okay, I'm beginning to notice a pattern here. Shin is fine, Feltner is fine, Jarvis is okay. Gordillo is not pitching super well. But he's not pitching that poorly. Dollander is getting vaporized. For whatever reason this year. So we're gonna do what's called a pro gamer move, and we're gonna let Sandy Ozuna be our new starter. That is my first change. So Chivilli is basically just giving up home runs at a comical rate. That is his big issue this year. That's the difference between this year and last year, is that he's giving up gopher balls. There's very little I can do about that. I can take him out of the closer spot. That is something that we could do. And maybe give it to Issei, I suppose. Or Im. Maybe we do give it to Im. I don't know, guys. Maybe. Maybe it's such a small sample size, Okay, let me see. Let's check his gaming log here. His game log. It's actually been a while since he's given up a home run. His ERA has actually fallen, believe it or not. Pretty substantially. I kind of think we just let him cook for a little bit more. And then we see where we are in the top of July. Ozuna pitching might help us out a little bit. I really want to start Will Levy, but I don't want to rush him either. I probably need to make room for Colin Ritchie. Is probably something I should be doing here. Because I think Ritchie's also got pretty high potential here. But I'm also not going to rush him. I think it's fine to keep him in Double-A for the present and see if spots open up down the line. Because eventually somebody important's going to get hurt, and then we'll be there. Oh, boop, 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 boop. I almost skipped the combine. That could have been a bad idea. The Indians are over roster limit. Spokane, what the fuck, guys? You know what, Gregory Sanchez, you're hurt already. I'm just going to put you on the 7-day IL, and I'm not going to worry about it. Here we go. All right. Combine-a-reno. All right. Our scouting accuracy is incredibly high for a lot of these people, which is pretty great. So the question is, do we do to build up relationship with people? Is that something we're interested in? We're going to draft kind of low this year for the first time because we made the postseason. We're going to draft 25th. I think there's no shame in... Let's look for people we don't have. Okay. David Singer. We can look at him. That scout is too good, guys. Yeah, this is about building relationships. We're just going to go look for... Yeah, we're just going to take the top guys. I may just mess with the scouting combine if it's like this. If we're that, you know... You know what? Actually, let's do this. Scout, give me some recommendations here. You know what? That's fine with me. Go ahead and do what you want. I believe in you. And we're just gonna stick with these guys here, and we're just gonna build our relationships with them as much as we can. Want to be like, damn, it's the Rockies. What a great team. We're only 10 games under 500. I know we're not playing amazingly, but I think we are playing very effectively, and I think we're getting better, which is what matters. Um, Rada being off to a slow start kind of hurts. He has a very important role for this team. Guys, Cannarella's not slowing down. What if we promoted him? What if we let him... Okay, hear me out. What if he hit third and Tovar hit fifth? Is that too much pressure? It might be, but I think it's the right call. I think it's the right decision to let him hit higher. So let's swap Cannarella and Tovar. That's the first thing I'm going to do. We're doing both ways here. Next thing I'm going to do is we're going to replace Carter Matheson. He is very badly struggling to hit any baseballs with any skill. Who's the next man up hitting-wise? Who needs an opportunity? We could do the funniest thing and bring back RJ Shrek, the guy who can't seem to stick in the majors. Matheson has been so terrible that I think this is probably fine. Yeah, we'll use Shrek, I guess. Colin Ritchie, you get promoted. Congratulations on a job well done. Santiago Leon is currently beating A pretty well. Let's promote him. And we'll kind of leave the rest of this alone for now. Alright. So against lefties, RJ Shrek is going to play. That's kind of the long and short of it for right now. You're going to do Yates, rather. Is Quinn Irons playing okay? He's playing okay. He's doing his job. Alright. How is Morales? Morales is fine. He's having a weird season. But maybe weird is okay. Maybe it's not the end of the world. Carrick is certainly not playing any better. Thank goodness for Drew Romo being a top tier hitter. That helps the team out quite a bit. But I need to see Nelson Rada get going. I think he's very important to this club's success. If he can start... I mean, I'm kind of nitpicking, though. We're still third in runs scored. Our problem is that our pitchers have been terrible. Chivilli keeps getting better, so he is improving. Man, Gordillo's about where he was last year, but in a lot more innings, which is not exciting. He needs to stop walking people. If he can get his walks under control, I think he'll be an okay starter. I truly believe that. Maybe my belief is wrong, but I believe it. The Yard Goats have too many players. We have too many goats. I feel like Dion Jorge probably needs to find a new team. Maybe somebody will want him, but probably not. I probably should just be trading guys instead of cutting them, but I don't think we're going to usually win these trades. I mean, Eder Machuca is pretty decent. I noticed an immediate red flag here. A combo red flag. If you're going to throw this softly, you have to be better at control. Or you're just going to get... You're going to get obliterated in the majors. I do like Jeter Martinez, actually. I think he's got enough of an arm that he could potentially be in the majors someday. I mean, I guess we could take him and Machuca. If that's something that interests you. Are you that desperate to get rid of them? Maybe. Oh, I can't wait, can I? Just give me Machuca, I think. It's fine. Damn it, because he's not deciding, I have to just cut him, essentially. Which really stinks. I don't really want to do that. Is there anybody that's super duper young that's like getting their brains pushed in? Adam Thorpe's actually thriving, because he would be my first choice. Dahigo could be promoted. Yeah, let's promote somebody, actually. Grady Emerson, I think you need to be promoted. I think that's fine. You're still the tender age of 21. You still got some juice in you, potentially. So I think we can promote you. Or do you promote Dahigo? I think we promote you instead. There we go. Problem solved. Yeah, I don't want Machuca that badly. I think he's tremendously risky. So I think we just don't trade him. Now the Taupes are over the limit. Why does this keep happening? Guys, I don't know. Alright. We're gonna check something here real fast. Dalis is perfectly capable of playing third base defensively. Ryan McMahon is actually doing kind of well in terms of power. Um, if this is his last season with the Rockies, he's not playing that poorly. I do want to see if anybody else wants him. Wow, just oh, I bet it's because he won't waive his no trade clause now. Yeah. Okay. Well, nevertheless, anybody in Double A just getting Triple A getting dominated that could go to a lower league? Like, what about Kyle Murphy? Kyle Murphy could be demoted, but then I won't have a catcher. Problematic. Problematic. Man, I really don't want to cut these guys if they're really performing that badly, but maybe I need to. Is anybody just getting, like, absolutely vaporized? Not really. I guess I could send on John Begin. I would feel like that would be punishing him too much. I still think he's got loads of potential, and I don't want to punish him that much. I think LeBaron Johnson Jr. goes. It's very clear he's never going to amount to very much. And then somebody can get demoted to Double A. Let's send down Suzuki. There you go. We did it. We solved the roster crunch. Guys, if we just had league average pitching, I think we'd be really terrifying. I have found you several people in the draft. I don't know why you're being a giant butt. Okay? I just don't get it. I can't fathom it. Alright. Schneidmiller is, genuinely speaking, a pretty solid pitching coach. Oh, he's a hitting coach. Okay, then he's definitely worth keeping. Larry Jacinto has actually done a credible job most years. He gets along well with my players. But maybe he's not getting well enough. Maybe Mr. Jacinto is not being paid attention to anymore. Schneidmiller absolutely gets an extension. That I do right now. But I think we go ahead and let him walk. Vance Worley. I think Worley gets to stay too. I think he's a good enough coach. He's acceptable at his job. Yeah, I think Glendon Rush has a real chance to. Even he struggles though. I'm still gonna keep him though. He's still a good AAA coach. He's not a good major league coach. Vincio Nunez is pretty great. I think we can extend him. I think that's fine. I think we're gonna look for a new pitching coach in the off season here. For whatever reason, people just aren't listening to Larry Jacinto anymore, despite his tremendous skill. So I think we just need some fresh blood. Yeah. Oh, Kels is my first base coach. How do I feel about him? How do I feel about Mr. Dieso? I think he's amazing. Yeah, he gets along great with the team. I like how everyone else it's like, hey guys, come on in, get your extensions, great job. Larry Jacinto, crickets. Oh, one thing I should be looking at here. So let's talk about like somebody really wanting to like develops really well, like Cam Canarella. If you click on the development tab, it tells us how he gets along. Good leadership. Here we go. Well, there's some good stuff happening there. It's pretty good. I don't know why I gave Adael Amador so much money. He's basically replacement level. He does get on base, and he does play a competent second base. But the thing is, these are skills that I could get from somebody else. Um, a guy like what's his face, Colin Ritchie. Apart from being not a great second baseman, I think that's Ritchie's great weakness is he's not a very good defender. Um, we could like play him at first or something. We could find a spot for him if we wanted to, if we were committed to doing that. Damn, Dylan Dubovnik is actually playing exceptionally well. That's good to hear. He also can pitch. He's not a great pitcher, but he definitely extends my team in a very good way. Like, he definitely offers us some genuine upside. Shrek is struggling. Doyle is good. He's fine. Orange is okay. Rada is still struggling. I have one really good offensive outfielder here, which happens to be the rookie Canarella. That's disappointing. Dubovik is playing well enough and has enough upside that I genuinely think there's a lot of value in calling him up. Especially when Shrek isn't doing anything, but maybe it'll be fine. Maybe. He is basically league average right now. At least he's a little bit off of it. Let's at least go through to July. And let's see what things look like then. I people need to tinker with the lineup. The lineup is not the problem. The lineup is not why we're not scoring. The reason we're not winning games is because of the pitching. Um, Judd Fabian just got traded. That's fun. I mean, JT Quinn throwing harder is exciting. We're seeing some nice development here. I'm not complaining at all about that. Ryan Moore is really getting better. That's great to hear, although he is injured. Johnny Vitella just became literal dog shit. That's not great, but okay. What if you didn't fan 15 Rockies, huh? What if that happened? Poor Judd Fabian. He'll never play in the major leagues, not even once. Justin Jarvis got a shutout. Nice. We should be better than we are. There's enough to like about this club from top to bottom and all the different spots that we should be better than we are. We're making a lot of errors. Who is my big fuck up? Who is making all the errors? It's Tovar. That's unfortunate. But he is still more than worthy of staying at shortstop. Like, I don't think the solution is to move him off of shortstop. Amador I can do something about. If Amador is playing that poorly, defense is meant to be a big chunk of his value to me. If he can't play well defensively, then I don't want him on the team. Especially when I have guys like Colin Ritchie. I have guys like who's the other guy? I would say Yost, but Yost is hurt again. He does enjoy being injured. That's kind of his thing. I have Leon, who's a pretty amazing defender. Oh, who's that one guy? The one who plays all the positions really, really well. It's not Dulles, is it? Oh, it could be Grady Emerson, too. I'd probably pick Dulles, in all honesty. I'd probably let him play second base. He's also a captain. I'm liking this deal more and more. What if we traded Amador? Does anybody have interest in him? His contract is incredibly reasonable. Maybe another team would value his veteran leadership. If I could get Jean-Baptiste and Christian Little, I would take this trade, I think. Can I get both? Can I get Monsieur Jean-Baptiste? Okay. That's a pretty good start. Let me see if I can get greedy and maybe grab one more player out of it. I would still like more catching depth, but Linkletter is not that. He has many skills, but that's not one of them. Dax Kilby is a pretty great name. He's actually a really decent choice. Can we get Dax Kilby too? You're not sure yet? Okay. I'm gonna let you think on it. Oh, you're almost there. What else do I have to give you? I think Nick Wagner. I actually kind of like Wagner. Diego can also play second base, so there's another choice there. Consiglio, maybe. I feel like I shouldn't overvalue my relievers, right? Like, I think that's silly. Let's throw in Consiglio and pull the trigger. And then, Mr. Dulles, welcome to the big leagues. How hurt are you? You have a sprained ankle. Let me sim 2 days and then see where you're at. Carrick can handle second base for a couple of days. I believe he can handle that. Okay. Dulles is now back at 100%. So let's set him to second base and then decide what to do with him. He's basically the same hitter, which is fantastic. I think we just slide him into second base and let him cook. I think that's fine. Poor Cole Carrig. It's like, surely now I get a starting job. No, sorry, mate. We got a switch hitting young second baseman. I do want to flag Mr. Amador here as a former Rocky, because he deserves it. He's one of the formerest Rockies of all time. It's the truth. I think promoting Dahigo now makes sense. Let's do that. He's having a pretty amazing season. What do we do with Will Levy? I feel like I don't want to risk him. I don't want to risk his long-term health. I think he's doing fine in Double A. If I need starting pitching, I've got like JT Quinn, who I could consider. Maybe not very hard, but I could consider him. I have very few pitching talents, which is a bit of a bummer. If you look from top to bottom, it's a little bit disappointing. And it would take a lot for me to even be in postseason position. Oh, Baptiste is you can go Double A. That's fine. That's reasonable. Sure. Sure. The Taubes are over their roster limit. They would be over their roster limit. Do you have anybody here who's injured or is going to be injured? No? Yes, someone's going to be injured. Just like, hey, hold still for a minute. Don't ask why. Okay, boss. Um... The bullpen is mostly fine. Pablo Torres also is the only guy that is upside in this bullpen, so I kind of need to let him pitch. I can maybe let him pitch less. That's maybe fine. Let's let him pitch more often. Let's do that. Let's see how that helps with things. Are you performing the unpardonable sin of letting him face righties? I think you are. Yeah, you're getting hammered against righties. I would like you to stop doing that, game. Never pitch him against anything but lefties, okay? That would help us out a lot. Trevilla is still struggling. But he is getting better. The home run rate is coming down. The walks are a bigger concern for me. This needs to be shaved off a bit. But I think he's alright. I don't think he's great, but I think he's alright. Dorsett and Vergez probably need Major League reps at some point in the future here. We're getting surprisingly good pitching out of Sandy Ozuna. His actual stats are reasonable. His actual skills are fine. I don't have an ace. Will Levy might be that ace, but currently he's about the only pitcher in the prospect pipeline that I think I can trust. Let's look at the Rockies. It's Rodarte. I remember you. We think Bryant Mealam. Oh, he's actually made the prospect list. That's kind of neat. Wow, Will Levy is not even a top 100 prospect. Oh, he's literally right there, dummy. He's literally there at number 23. Begin looks good. I have some high ceiling pitchers. They're just kind of far from the majors. Which is obviously a bit saddening. But it's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. What do we have? If we wanted to get nuts, does anyone have a highly regarded pitching prospect that needs a new home? Surely the answer is going to be no, but we can ask, right? All leagues, please. Oh, let's reduce the age of 25. There we go. That should make sure we get more rookies. Okay, straight up, if you gave me Gashtola, I might put him in the majors. Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe he's not quite that ready. But he is fairly ready. Oh, sorry, starters only. Let's go with that. Let's reduce the names I have to look through here. Salvador Garcia is pretty good. Jamie Arnold is major league ready. I don't know why he's not even in the majors for you right now. What would it cost me to get Jamie Arnold? Nobody. Okay, fine, be that way. If you offered you $20 million, just for the fun of it. No. You're just like, go fuck yourself. Okay, well. Then you use him, damn it. Cooper Clark is an A-ball. Why, in the name of fuck, is he not in the majors? I don't get it. Can I have him? If you don't want him? Maybe? No. I can't offer you money. What if we started with John Beguine? No. The AI is being real dumb right now. Like, you're not even using these great pitchers. You should just give them to me, where I will use them. I'll use them hard. Yeah, you heard me. There's no way Joel Bolden goes anywhere. I understand that. But you've got enough pitchers. There's got to be one you're willing to give up. Hmm. Wilson Anderson's pretty good. I'm trying to find guys that could start right now. Like, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a high upside starter that's actually about ready to start in the majors. William Garcia's not that guy. Why can't I have pitchers like Mike Payne? Why must I suffer? I would be pretty chuffed if I could get Sawyer Deering, and I recognize I'm probably not going to. Yeah. Teams are... Okay. A very small criticism of OTP 26. Teams are just not parting with prospects. Like, they're refusing to do it, even if they very obviously don't have a purpose for that prospect. Like, a prospect doesn't have a role in the major league squad. Which I find kind of frustrating, because it makes it really hard to improve, but, you know, that's how we are sometimes, right? I had a lot of players that are basically the same guy. I think we trade Sanchez. If we can't trade him, we cut him. I genuinely think it got that low control. It just isn't going to be successful in the majors. That's my belief. Yeah, let me waive him. Let me just cut him. I'm not going to overthink this one. I'm just going to release him. That's what's going to happen here. Oh, do I have any pending free agents? Is there anybody that teams that wanted the deadline here? Vodnik might be. Somebody might be interested in him. He has been a pretty decent performer, if not, like... He's not a top-tier reliever, but I'm not going to re-sign him. Like, I have no interest in paying what he thinks he's... Oh, actually just wants, like, a 2-year extension to his current salary. We'll talk, my friend. We will very much talk here, closer to the deadline. Alright, let's start the draft. Okay. I need elite pitchers. I really need more top-tier pitchers. Is Nick Ellis such an incredible talent that I can't let him fall? He is really freaking good. He's a legit center fielder. Probably not, but he's a legit center fielder. He's got really good hitting tools, good power. How good is Joel Fernandez? Joel Fernandez is pretty great. He's a lefty. I'm not going to hold it against him. So am I. His nickname is Snookums. Incredible. I'm sold. I'm joking. I'm sold because of his incredible pitching capabilities. Yeah. Joel Fernandez is what we need. We need a shot in the arm, figuratively speaking, here. And I think he more than fits with what I'm trying to accomplish. So, welcome to the club. Let me get one more starting pitcher if I can, and then we can look more into hitters. Aaron McCollum. Smart, adaptable, really good at keeping the ball down, a great mix of pitches. You say impossible, but I have a lot of money. So much money. I think I'm going to draft you, and we're going to see if I can't give you an offer you can't refuse. All right. Jim Prezzulo is right there. I feel like I don't want to keep letting hitters slip, but also we desperately need high-level pitching in this system here. And I have plenty of money to spend, and a guy like Jim Prezzulo seems pretty decent. I don't like his somewhat low stamina, but maybe he just turns into an awesome reliever, and that's still very worthy for me. So sure. We're gonna weaponize our cap space, so to speak. Alright, now we come to looking at hitters. You like Chad Kennedy, what does Chad Kennedy have to offer me? Absolutely not. Mm-mm. He's a terrible second baseman. His only ability is to hit for average with no other hitting skills. He's slow. He's not what I'm looking for. Let's try again. Brian Holman. You like him too. I like Brian Holman also. This is much more what I'm looking for. Well-rounded skill set. Pretty good at third base, but also a capable first baseman or second baseman. This is someone we can get behind. Meet demand. I got money, guys. I got money. An out of this world super elite reliever is something I'm always willing to add to my squad. I think we just do it and we don't think about it. I think we make it happen. I can make this the mega reliever draft. It's tempting. We like Alex Ramirez, do we? He's fine. He's not really like, oh my god, what an amazing player. Let me grab Eric Riddick here, actually. Let me grab Eric, the Chronicles of Riddick. Because he'll sign for nothing, which is pretty sweet. Let me also grab Gary Cruz. And then we will start looking at other positions here. So if we do a sort of a list here, if I look at the very best batting potential, if I want a big old thumper, not to be confused with Colorado Rockies legend, or not to be confused with legend, Cal Raleigh. Jason McClain is a pretty great hitter. He's not flawless. I do question his ability to hit for contact, but I like players like this. I have a type. So let's make it happen. Let's bring him on board. Can you ever play defense? No, you're a hopeless catcher. Okay. Corwin Tate, that's a very Australian sounding nickname to me. I like Josh Richards. We can have Josh Richards. He's an acceptable piece. He has value to me. Let's grab Nick Powell. And then we'll switch over to looking at pitchers again. I'm getting a lot of these free swingers, but we want the power, and that's a good way to get said power. Give me the raw stuff. The raw, uncut stuff. There's some good pitchers left here. I don't want to overdraft. Bob Long is pure risk. He's a purest form of Risk, where if he improved even slightly with his control, he becomes an ace. If his control never gets any better, he's terrible. I think an 11th round draft pick is a small price to pay for somebody with that much raw stuff. That much of the raw capability that you're looking for in a player. Could have Gavin Andrews. Who doesn't want Gavin Andrews? Okay, low key, John Magdaleno really excites me. I love guys like this. Just an innings eating sponge has so much value to a club that's growing. Somebody you can just plug in and not worry about is really good. What if we had two of them? What if it was getting out of hand because now there's two of them? I'm okay with that. Done. We got lots of money. We got lots of money. Let's look at hitting again. Baitors, the masters of Baitors. Dave Carlino's pretty solid, actually. Let's snap him up. That's pretty good. Any amazing defensive types, like just outstanding defenders. Emmanuel Lantigua is probably a second baseman, but I'm fine with that. I like getting players with lots of flexibility, and he definitely has that. Mason Greenhouse as defense, but nothing else. That's concerning. Luis Diaz has elite level speed. Do we have any amazing leaders? We have Justin Duncan, who has no offensive skills whatsoever, but is also a very, very hard worker. There's value in having guys like that in your system, right? Let me get one more hitter. Just one more. Can you start with at least a little bit of offensive skill, like a Ruben Gonzalez, maybe? Maybe that works out for me. I don't know. Alright, let's get raw power again. One last time. Ricardo the Ponce. Sure. And yes, I know what Pit Ponce means in British slang. I said what I said. Uh... Journist? Journist Jonah Dax? Yeah, he had to be a southerner with a name like that. Journist? I'm on board. I'm 100% on board. Welcome to the team. Let's take Greg Anderson. I hope it doesn't Sauk Valley CC. See what I did there? I bet you figured that. Actually. We'll take Jeff Ladd. Okay. Negotiate with draftees. Let's do the easy ones first. The ones that are they just wanted some money. Like, to be fair, somebody said, I want you to play for my team, and I said, how about 650 grand? They gave it to me. I would be over the moon. But then again, I have no actual athletic skill, so. Mr. McCollum, you want more than $9 million. What's more than $9 million? $11 million. I got nothing but money, dude. I didn't shortlist people. That was a mistake. Wait, I'm 10 games out of 500, but only 7 games out of first place. That's interesting to me. McGill is fine where he is. Fernandez is 18. Mancera is 18. Pizzula's 18. Magdaleno is 18. I thought I had at least one guy that was 22. I thought it was McGill, actually. It's not, though. Interesting. Who made it from the Rockies? Let's find out. Drew Romo and Canarella. That's it. I wish we had more. I think we have some other talented players, but I get it. I completely get it. Um, yeah, two All Stars is good, especially Canarella's fantastic season that came out of nowhere. Who did run the prospect rush? Will Levy. He's struggling a little bit in Double A. John Beguine, Grady Emerson. He's actually doing okay. All right. Rada, you've Rada be kidding me. You're here to do one job, my friend, and you're not doing that job terribly well. The thing is that nobody is doing a great job getting on base. Um, Besides the usual suspects. I mean, I guess we could try. No, we're not going to do Shrek. Charlie Condon is heating up a little bit. He's at least not cooling off. I think we just kind of let it go for now until I have a clear upgrade. Rodarte. I should probably promote you at some point, potentially. Go to the trade deadline. Yeah, the Potters are barely over 500 this year. This is still technically a winnable division. I was thinking about getting rid of Vodnik anyway. The thing is, I don't like Watrago. I don't like Delarco, and I don't like French. These are all guys that basically don't have a lot of interest for me. I think I politely decline. But I do intend to trade Vodnik. Like, that's something I definitely want to do. Because I don't think I'm going to bring him back. So let's actually kick the tires on a deal for him. Give me a prospect package. Let's see what could be on offer for him. Nobody. What if I ask for just one player? Just one. Really? Okay. Alright. I'm gonna put him on the trading block, and then see if we get some offers closer to the deadline. Ethan Moore is fine. I'm willing to consider such a deal, but I'd love to get a better one. Ruben Medina's not good enough for me to part with Hartshorn, actually. Yeah. Currently, the winning deal is actually just getting Ethan Moore. But I'm hopeful there'll be even better deals here. Kenley Hunter is okay. How good is Omar Lohman? Or Omen, as he likes to be called. I think this is the leader in the clubhouse right now, is this deal right here. The problem is you're offering guys that don't have a ton of upside, which is not what I'm looking for. Alex Fernandez. Fernandez is okay. Velasquez is fine. But I wouldn't give up Guzman for that. That's too much. Ramon Ramirez. He's just kind of mid. Like, there's nothing about this that interests me. Alvarado is basically nothing. I agree that I think we would regret it at least a little bit. Although he does have some skill. He definitely has issues. Griffin Burkhalter is fine, but I cannot give up Morales, who might be my third base replacement. Whose deal was it? I think it was the Ethan Moore deal. No, it was actually Kenley Hunter. Let's make this deal. I think this is fine. But I guess I could ask for a little bit more. What about Mike Payne? Just for fun. Okay. So I hate when they say not a done deal, but we're close. When I can just hit complete trade on the previous screen. I think I just do that. Alright. So now I need to find a new reliever. I have several choices here. Possibly Dossett, although Dossett isn't actually pitching that much anyway. Who has the highest stats of any pitcher? It's actually Vergez, actually. Or Connor Eaton, maybe. He might be better as a starter. Yeah, I think we try Vergez. Sure. You can be a middle reliever for me if you want. You actually got upside, which is something that Vodnik didn't have. Alright. Colorado. I shall mark my young friend here as a former Rocky. Keep an eye on him. See how his life is. I can't believe he was like the hot topic there. Would Ryan McMahon take a trade? I kind of feel like he's fine, but I would like him not to be on my team anymore. He doesn't want to waive his no trade clause at all. Bummer. What a nice player Luis Verdugo is. Nobody here is young enough to not have played in the majors, so actually. Jahmai Jones? No, he's played in the majors. I figured he might have. Cal Stevenson? I don't think so. Yeah. I'm just gonna real quick like sim a couple of sims ahead. Like what I want is I want a big time pitching prospect, and that's just something that isn't being sold. It's just not an option. Because it's not an option, I really genuinely don't know what to do. I haven't a clue. Oh, I did get a deal here. No. This is a stupid trade. You're stupid. I'm not opposed to getting Balcazar, but I think I just reject the trade. I just think I don't even entertain it. Because I like Shin. Shin's actually one of my better starters. And it's not totally unreasonable to make the postseason, right? Like, I don't want to just give up just for the fun of it. You know what I mean? Chivili is getting worse. Milam is getting better. That's cool. Emil Morales is improving his overall a little bit. They're rapidly converging, McMahon and Morales. Colin Ritchie is very quickly forcing the issue. If he keeps playing at such a high level, I think we're going to have to find a spot for him, which I have no problem with. Mario Acevedo is slowly reducing potential but improving his overall, which is pretty exciting, actually. Like, he's a very young kid, but he's actually pitching extremely well in Double-A. Ruben Santa Cruz just kind of took off a bit, which is extremely exciting. How did I even get you? Were you a free sky discovery? You sure were. Nice. All right. Any changes here that we could make? I could force Rada to play better. His walk rate isn't that different. The problem is his strikeout rate has spiked. He's striking him. I think he's definitely pressing, and he needs to back off because he's hurting our ability to score runs consistently. Casually, Ryan Feltner is the best starter on the team. That's pretty funny. Shoot is pretty good too. So is Justin Jarvis. We have a goodly number of like number 2 starting types. What we don't have is an ace. And maybe Will Levy can be that guy. Maybe that's a possibility. I think with 110 innings pitched in Double-A, I think we could probably promote him to Triple-A. Yeah, we're gonna do a quick swap-arino here. We're gonna promote Levy and demote the other guy there. Well, I still need to promote somebody else. Okay. Okay. What about Mr. Mweth here? We could promote him. No, it's Weston Moss. He is dominated in Double-A. He deserves his chance to be promoted. I think Ugarte could be promoted under the right circumstances. Maybe. Let me cut Sean Sullivan. Remember when Sean Sullivan actually started 32 games for me? That was last season. See you later, Sean. And now Ronnie Ugarte can be promoted. Nice. I've got some spots in Double-A now. I can't push Acevedo to Double-A already. Let me give him more time. Because this development risk is still extreme. We need him to pitch a lot longer before I promote him. Who is actually performing well? Efrain Kubila, sure. Jaden Stroman, let's go. Any stats here that... Oh, God, Ty had his vaporizing shit. Definitely up to A-ball, high A for him. He's had himself quite a minor league campaign. He is definitely somebody that I like the looks of a lot, and I would love to see him in the major leagues at some point. Stephen Kent Brockman, sure. Mike Lay, okay, he can get laid. Did you get it? I think you got it. Bobby Rivera, okay. Sure. You want Miguel Archuleta promoted? Okay. Arturo Pena? Sure. We're losing a lot of lower tier talent, which is fine with me. I think we got ways to improve. Condon was better last year by a little bit. I think just he's having a little bit less luck is the big difference here. Yeah, no, that's about the same. He's actually almost the same hitter. He's actually has more power this year. So why is his WAR lower? Is he playing first base worse or something? Oh, he's making more base running issues. He hasn't stolen a base all year. Okay. Sukun Lee. Okay. Sure. Judd Fabian is on a tear. Alright. He's a Montgomery biscuit, you guys. The ultimate in baseball excellence. Ryan Feltner missing 3 to 4 months actually sucks. That's actually really poopy because I don't really have a starter that's ready for the majors yet. I guess JT Quinn is as close as we get. I could just put Dollander back in the rotation and somebody else can do like relieving. Maybe we try Connor Eaton out. Maybe. We'll try him out. Yeah, Dollander is still really badly struggling. Not a great year to be a less good pitcher, my friend. Tovar hit 3 homers. That's pretty exciting stuff. What I really need to start seeing, I need to start seeing some of these starters and my system start making their way up the system. The Grizzlies are over their roster limit. That's rude. I could just promote somebody. Bobby Vega, welcome to High A. There you go. Anybody in Double A dominating? Drew Nelson definitely is. We'll call Jesus Rodriguez too. That seems good. Mario Acevedo. God, I can't send him to Double A. I have to keep stopping myself. Nolan Clifford can be called up. Ashley Andujar, I guess, can be called up. Sebastian Blanco is most definitely overplayed or underplayed or something. Larry Suero, absolutely. Jorge Gonzalez Febo, maybe. Maybe. Any other rookies waiting for more time? Possibly Riddick and Cruz here. Oh yeah, those are 2 guys that I drafted just this year. I think they can start in A-ball. Well, I think that's not going to cause them any problems. All right. Now Romo gets 3 home runs. That's pretty exciting. And then we lose Romo for 5 months. This literally sucks. Is terrible news. I guess it's good news for Jaden Fauske. He's actually having a really good season. But I did not plan on having a rookie catcher play. Literally nobody is worthy of hitting second. You're all the worst. Dahlis is okay. We can let Dahlis. Oh man, I had a hamstring cramp this fucking morning when I was getting out of bed. It sucked. I feel bad for him. I really do. Is Milam playing alright? Milam's actually playing extremely well. Welcome to the Major Leagues. Fauske, you can start when Milam is tired, when he needs a nap. Morales has low-key been pretty solid, which is exciting for me. Like, I think having a definite possibility successor at third base is pretty handy. My main hits 3 home runs, and then he gets hurt for the rest of the season. That's kind of stinky. The Indians are with the roster limit again, because of course they are. Arnold Pierce, what if I just cut you? What if I did that? How does that make you feel? Acevedo was so good. I cannot let him play Double A this year. It is requiring me to physically stop myself. Because his arm is at such risk, I don't want to accelerate his promotion through the minors. I want him to be promoted naturally. Roddy, you're only missing a week. Walk it off. Okay? Walk it the fuck off. Could you quit being over the roster limit? That's rude. I just promote somebody. Who it's not going to be? It's not going to be this guy. I could promote Sal Delgado, but he hasn't really played all that much. Christian Little, you can be promoted. That's fine. Oh, AAA needs reinforcements, huh? Hartshorn to AAA. Swain to AAA. Briffoigel. Gertie Sam will catch you next time. Who in high A is playing quite well? Mr. Kashin here can be promoted. Oh, he's 19 and I just promoted him to double A. That was really stupid. I'm not going to do that. That's really dumb. Nick Wagner can be promoted. Kimball can be promoted. Bill Cauldron can be promoted. Wandy Feliz cannot be promoted because the roster's full. Sorry, mate. Alright. Wait, Shrek is DHing, right? And he's playing quite poorly at it. Colin Ritchie, what does your bat look like? You have a much better bat against righties, but you're also okay against lefties. What if I just let you DH? Like, that's not crazy talk, right? I mean, you are struggling in AAA. Maybe I don't want to rush you. Maybe that's fine. Yeah, maybe I let him just cook for a little bit longer, and then we talk later. Oh, Dubovnik. That's the guy I was thinking about promoting. Yeah, let's get him in the majors. His bat's actually been very, very good. And Shrek is just not accomplishing anything at all. Sorry, my dude. Dubovnik, welcome to the major leagues. We're glad to have you here. You're just gonna go ahead and DH. You're slightly better against left-handed pitching. Honestly, this is just about getting somebody different. And I guess I could start Carrig in the outfield, maybe. Carrig is so good at what he does, though. Like, what he does very well. 5 hits. Oh, the different Morales. I guess I could let Morales start at DH. Get him even more reps than he's got right now. Oh, that's a possibility, actually. Maybe that's the solution here. Maybe we let Morales DH. Designatedly hit. I will bump Dubovnik down to 8th. That's fine. Is Quinn Irons that bad against right-handed pitching? He's pretty bad against it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think the postseason just evaporated. Like, there was definitely a chance, but that chance is now gone. Unfortunate. Charlie Condon's getting better at defense. I'm okay with that. Man, Canarella came out of nowhere, didn't he? Which is extremely exciting. JT Quinn, I think you're still not ready for the major. Sorry, buddy. I know I just gave... I know I just, like, increased your hopes, but you're not ready yet. Richie is. I think Colin Ritchie needs some playing time in the majors now in order to really cement his skills. Let's make that a thing. Oh, I don't know if I can promote him, maybe. Because I think the 40-man... Oh, 40-man's not quite full. Okay, good. Alright, somebody else is going to get promoted. It's not going to be Will Levy. I do want it to be a pitcher. I want it to be somebody that's just going to get some experience, but maybe it's Quinn. Maybe that's the thing that I do. You know what we're going to do? We're going to let you be a long reliever if you want. But that's not what you're here for. Mr. Quinn, Medicine Man, I'd like you to be a 6th starter. Let's just get you a couple starts to end the season and see how that works out for us. All right. NL Rookie of the Month is Wilder Dalis. He's been a nice little find here. He's actually been very, very good, which I'm quite happy about. He probably was helping the team chemistry a lot because they didn't have a captain before. I guess I already had two other captains. I also have Jade Fowski. I like that he's without question the team leader. He literally has played less than 200 plate appearances in the major leagues, but he's already like, whoa, what a leader. I'd follow him right to hell. Yeah, well, you're already in Colorado. Ba-dum-bum. I'm a genius. Guys, if we want to like this crazy 10-game winning streak, I think we might actually have a chance to make the postseason, which is funny. That's comical, is what it is. But I think we're already screwed, basically. If we still made the postseason, by the way, we would do exactly nothing. Doyle, don't be a baby. Okay? Season's almost done with. Just keep running it out there. We lost Jouett and Jameson. You're going to be back in 5 days. That's acceptable. Oh, no. Anyway. Guys, can you stop getting suspended all of a sudden? That's kind of lame. It's kind of real lame. We were bad this year, but I don't think we were that bad. I don't think so. I think there's a lot to like about what we've accomplished this season. I think finding Canarella turned out to be a superstar is pretty exciting. I think we're in okay shape. We need an ace. We need a proper... Wow, Takuya Suzuki just signed in the Major League, or signed in professional baseball, and then just retired. I wish we'd taken Sakun Lee now. He's the exact kind of player that we needed, and then I decided, what if I just didn't do it? Hey, Condon won Rookie or Player of the Month. Nice. Yeah. I mean, I said I want to see him do it for a second season. He's done it for a second season, you guys. We might have to give him a lot of money. I've got it. I don't mind giving him money. If money's something that interests him, I guess. I mean, Feltner, the season's over with, so go ahead and rest up, my friend. Haha, Orioles. The Orioles aren't really my nemesis in this series, the way they are in the other one. You want me to open up a charity cam? You've got it. I don't care how much money it costs. It's worth it. It's worth it for the children. Okay. I think this was a pretty good season. Not a great season, but a pretty good season. Oh, we lost our manager at Class A Fresno. He decided to retire. Okay. Feltner, you know what? Feltner pitched okay. He's had 2 consecutive rejection, one of my better pitchers. I do think he is rapidly reaching the end of his value to me, but I don't think he's actually... Do we let Feltner walk? I think we can bring him back for 1 year. I think that's reasonable. Do we keep Doyle? Absolutely not. I don't care how good you are defensively. $21 million is a shit ton of money for a guy that doesn't hit that well. Yeah, your contract goes away. I knew the McMahon was going to come back. That was 100% a thing he was going to do. All this is fine. Yeah. Especially with Canarella being nearly as good in center field as Doyle is, I think letting him play center and then finding yet another outfielder is a good path to take. Let's look at the team. Let's talk about who were our best performers and who weren't quite as good as we'd hoped. Canarella is now an all-star. He's probably the rookie of the year. And that's amazing. That's really, really great. Um, we went from having a guy couldn't find a job for to a new starting center fielder, and I'm very excited about that. The power's a little unexpected. I don't necessarily expect he's going to produce this level of power each year, but as long as he's getting on base at a great clip, stealing bases, and playing excellent defense, I have no problem with him. Charlie Condon built on his his sophomore season. It is now pretty damn good. He's sad that the team didn't buzz him better. I'm sad too. Tovar's probably overpaid, but he's not that overpaid, and I definitely don't have a better player to replace him with. Here's our problem though. After the top three, plus who's the guy that's hurt? Romo would be our fourth best player. There's not a lot of there's some good bench guys, but a lot of the starters just weren't good enough. Dawes, it's not his fault he didn't play very long. But McMahon sucked. Rada was terrible. Dubovnik barely played. Quinn Irons struggled. We still need a lot of reinforcements, but the lineup wasn't the problem this year. The problem was our starting pitching. We didn't have great starts. We had okay pitchers. We had Jarvis was good, Gordillo was good, Ozuna was fine. We didn't have a single ace that took over, and that is something I think we're going to need. I think the Dollender experiment is done. I think we gave him every opportunity, and he just isn't worth it. He's just not good enough. I think Ozuna's not so fine. Gordillo was good. Molina. He had a good season. He bet on himself, and his bet was entirely correct. But yeah. We need an ace. That's what we need. Maybe the answer is Will Levy. Maybe Will Levy goes to spring training, balls out, and we have the one missing piece that we need to be a top-tier starting pitching team. Maybe Mario Acevedo continues to develop at a very high rate and is ready for the big leagues. The development risk needs to drop before I consider promoting him to Double-A. He's already lost stamina, which very concerns me. His stamina used to be a fair bit higher. I thought maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was never that great. No, it used to be better. Yeah, it was better just back there. So, yeah. All right. Let's quickly look at these decisions here. Am I going to give Brent Doyle $20 million? Absolutely not. I'm just not going to do it. The Brenton Doyle of just last year probably is worth $20 million. This one is not. The margins are always going to be razor thin for him because he's not very good. He's not consistent offensively. If his offense slips, he becomes a significantly less useful player. So, Mr. Doyle, thank you for your service, but I am not bringing you back. Not only for willing to take a pay cut. That is a pretty substantial pay cut. It's actually a very modest raise, but Hmm. I am sorely tempted. I'm very sorely tempted. That's pretty incredible, actually. Let's do let's do 4 years with 2 team options. How does that grab you, my friend? Okay. He's good enough defensively and on the bases that I think he is just worth 14 million, especially if he has a slightly better season than he did last year, than this year rather. Which I think he's possibly capable of. I think even if he just played more, he would have gotten closer to 2 wins, which 14 million is definitely worth. We're gonna do the rest of this next episode, but I did want to look at him. I think that's fine. I think for a 4 year deal, that's reasonable. He's won, a bunch of Gold Gloves, although not in a while. I guess he just won one last year. So yeah, I'm happy to let Doyle keep playing center field for me. I'm happy to let Cannarello play left, where he's just an amazing left fielder. I'm happy to replace McMahon. I think McMahon rides the pine this year. I need to let a young guy play that position for us to be ready, willing, and able to keep developing as a club. Brian Milam, low-key, was actually a really good rookie. Obviously, he's not replacing Drew Romo anytime soon, but he was really good, which is pretty exciting. Okay, my friends, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please remember to like and subscribe. You can comment down below. Let me know how you think things are going. Let me know how we should solve the ace problem. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Whether we just throw someone like Levy or Acevedo in the deep end, which I don't really want to do, or maybe we stretch our rules a little bit and try to find that amazing international free agent starting pitcher, potentially. Regardless, thank you for watching. And until next time, this has been Guardian, and I bid you good day.